HCISD. I'm Art Cavazos, your Superintendent of Schools. Joining me today are the top 10 students from Harlingen High School South. Their placement on the top 10 represents their hard work throughout these past 4 years and their dedication to reaching the goals they've set for themselves. We take this time to chat with them about their experiences in our schools and showcase their achievements while providing our future graduates with words of wisdom as they continue their pursuit of academic excellence. To begin, I'd like to go around the room and ask students to introduce themselves, name all the HCISD campuses they've attended, and share their plans after high school. Let's start with our valedictorian.
Hi, I'm Erica Hernandez. I've attended the 9th grade academy as well as Harlingen High School South, and I'm planning to attend Dartmouth College to complete my pre-medical requirements.
Great.
Hi, my name is FRAGA. I attended Cavazos Elementary. I went to Vela Middle School, Cano Freshman Academy, and I'm a senior at Harlingen High School South. And I plan to major in biomedical engineering at the University of Texas at Austin.
Where? Oh, UT Austin.
Hook 'em.
Hook 'em horns.
Hi, my name is Albert Alvarez. I've only attended Harlingen High School South, but after college I plan to attend Texas A&M University and major in computer science.
What's the saying? Oh, Giga Maggies, right? Okay.
Hi, my name is Mia Medrano. I attended Stewart Place Elementary, Vela Middle School, the Freshman Academy, and I'm a senior at Harlingen High School South, and I plan to attend Texas A&M College Station.
Oh, okay, awesome.
I'm Matthew Moore. I went to Stewart Place Elementary, Vela Middle School, the Freshman Academy, Harlingen High School South, and I'll be attending Texas State University to major in music education.
And then gonna come back and work for us, right, Matthew? Super.
My name is Ashley Garcia. I attended Treasure Hills Elementary, Coakley Middle School, the 9th grade academy, and Harlingen South. I'm going to attend Texas A&M College Station, and I'll be majoring in biology.
Another Aggie? Oh my gosh, okay, super.
My name's Jared Waggoner. I went to Lamar Elementary, Stewart Place Elementary, Vela Middle School, the Freshman Academy, South, and I plan on majoring in computer engineering at UNT at Denton.
Good for you.
I'm Jessie ALFARO. I've been to Stewart Place Elementary, Vela Middle School, the 9th grade academy, Harlingen South, and I'll be going to St. Mary's University to major in biology.
Great for you.
Hi, my name is Hunter LAMON. I started at Vela Middle School, then went on to Cano, and now I'm a senior at Harlingen South and will be attending Texas A&M University.
Wait.
For business finance.
Another Aggie? Congratulations, Mr.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jerry LEFNER. I attended Treasure Hills Elementary, Coakley Middle School, the Cano Freshman Academy, and Harlingen South. And I will be attending the University of North Texas in Denton to study music education.
Another music major, super. So I have a few questions to ask you, and you can answer in any way you want, and you don't have to go in order. So we realize that being on the top 10, you all are very well accomplished in academics. Can you share with us what other activities you have been involved in throughout your high school years, and anyone can chime in?
Some activities I was involved in were Student Council, National Honor Society, and Featured Business Leaders of America.
Super.
I've been in various clubs throughout my high school career, like PTSA, Student Council, NHS, but some I'm most fond of is the Harlingen High School South Band, marching band. My freshman and junior year, we went to state, and those are some experiences I won't forget. But another one I'm most fond of is the Future Business Leaders of America, where actually Mia and I, we placed first in parliamentary procedures, and we're going to Baltimore, Maryland this summer.
Do you all need another chaperone? Or maybe, right?
Maybe,
really? Congratulations, that's awesome. FBLA is a great program as well.
I've been at Harlingen South since I was a sophomore, and the first thing I did is I joined the baseball team. So I've been involved with baseball, and then my junior year I was able to be accepted into NHS. And now my senior year, over the summer, I took on an endeavor to start my own business. So I started my own business building websites for local businesses. So that's also factored into where my time has gone, my high school.
Good for you. And you're also a magician,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? You make things disappear, and don't look over here, you look over there. Awesome. Anyone else?
I was in all 4 years. I was in Harlingen South, the varsity basketball. I think that's probably my favorite that I've done all 4 years. It's something that I think made me want to come to school more. You know, made me love Harlingen.
You all did incredible also, so congratulations.
I think the clubs that I've dedicated most of my time to are tennis and student council and Relay for Life.
Didn't you all just get back from a tennis tournament? Yes?
Yes, we just got back from regionals.
Super, super. Anyone else?
I'm class president this year, and I also was part of the jazz band at my school for 3 years, and I played violin in the varsity orchestra.
Awesome, awesome. Anyone else?
In 9th grade, I was part of the STEM club, which is probably the club that I did the most in. So that was pretty fun.
Great. That's one you're going to take with you, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. So here's your next question. Very soon, if not as we're speaking here, your top 10 billboard will be going up. What do you think you're going to feel when you see yourself up there on the billboard and knowing everyone else is seeing that you made it?
I think that I'm just going to really feel like the satisfaction of being recognized for all the hard work and long hours of studying. It's finally paying off because everybody can see what we've all accomplished.
Did you set it as a goal just early on? Good, good.
You know, I think the question is not what we feel, but you know, like how you feel, like when you see people up there, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Because like Dr. Cavazos, people are like, who's that? When they hear like our Alvarez, Mia Medrano, like Jacob FRAGA, they're like, man, those are the people on the billboard. So, like they know our names. You know
That's
what I
right.
mean?
That's right.
So I mean,
And your parents are going to be excited, right?
Sorry. I think I'm just going to feel accomplished. I remember freshman year I saw the billboard go up and my dad was sitting there like, you need to be on there. So I feel
A lot of pressure.
Yeah, but it was kind of a personal goal for me. So I just feel like when I see it up there, it's kind of like I met my goal.
We actually passed by on the way here. And I wanted the bus to stop.
Is it already up?
Yeah, it's already up.
It is.
So
Okay.
when I saw it, my heart started pounding. Like, oh, it's real. This is
It's
real.
real.
4 years of hard work. It's finally paid off. And
Did you cry?
no, well, not yet.
Not yet. Not yet.
Maybe when I go walk in front of it. But.
So what's important is don't be looking at it while driving. Right? You don't want to do that. Lamon, what do you think?
Just proud. Everything we've done is just now paying off. And it's awesome that we get to be represented like that.
It's a quite an accomplishment. You know,
It's an honor.
That's why we recognize the top 10 students. It's, you know, some of you may have been in the top 10 all the way through high school years, and some of you on and off. So congratulations to each of you. Anyone else want to weigh in? How do you think your parents are going to feel?
Proud.
But yeah.
Proud, right? They're going to say, stand here so I can take a picture, right? They're going to say, and you're like, well, it's way up there. How do you want to take a picture? But they're going to be so excited, and make sure whatever they want to do, you do, because it's for them as well. So here's your next question. What's your response when people ask you, how did you do it? How did you become part of the top 10?
Usually they are surprised for me, so I kind of get a laugh out of it. They're like, you? And I'm like, yes. But, yeah.
So they're a little surprised that you made it?
Yeah.
Ah,
Very surprised.
Yeah.
but not your dad, because he told you
Oh, yeah, he told
freshman
me
year,
so,
you
so.
better make it. Who else has had someone say, how did you do it?
looking
Yeah.
back at like somebody had asked me the other day, is like, how did you keep up that intensity throughout the 4 years? And honestly, I don't know myself. Because I think back and I remember like the all-nighters I had to pull and the really late nights over and over and over again, and the loss of sleep I would have, and then like the weekends I would just crash. I remember that, and I was like, man, how did I do it? It's been a really tough 4 years. So I mean, it's just putting that all together, and now I'm sitting here, and then it's like you realize, man, I made it.
It's incredible. And I think it's at the end of the third quarter you get your official notice, right?
Yeah.
So were you looking at it like 2 or 3 times and saying, did I really make it? Did I really make it? But those are the kind of feelings that are important, because you realize that it all came to a point that's something you were shooting for, and it happened. Who else? Other than Mia, everybody's surprised that she made it. Congratulations. Congratulations, Mia. We're very proud of you. Anyone else have themselves be asked that question?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with that. Like, that feeling of accomplishment, especially since, I'm gonna get a little personal here, my freshman year, I started out at number 46 in my class. And it was really tough because coming out of middle school, I was top 12, and so my parents had a lot of expectations for me. But that inner drive was really hard to keep, and just knowing that I stayed focused and stuck to my studies was really rewarding to me. And
So you came in as 46.
Yes, sir.
Wow, so you have 36 people that are looking at you. He was the one that jumped us. If you could, would you do anything different? Looking back, would you do anything different?
I would have slept more.
That's important, right?
I agree with that, yeah.
What would you do different?
Actually, well, I guess obviously I would probably manage my time better. I was always doing homework like during lunch or during passing periods before. And some nights only
That's
like
called procrastinating.
Yeah. Some nights only like 3 to 4 hours of sleep, but I mean it was all worthwhile in the end. And actually, I'll probably do the same things twice because I enjoyed my high school experience, and I always look forward to making the most out of every day. And I feel I have done that in my 4 years here.
So do your friends tell you don't do that in college? Don't wait till the last minute.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they do. Would you do anything different, Jessie?
I think that I would have started out because I know my junior year when I saw that I was close to being in the top 10, I started working a lot harder than I did my freshman and sophomore year. So I think if I could go back, I would work as hard as I did my junior year.
So you didn't come in as a top 10 either in the sophomore year?
I was 47.
He laughs. See? So, wow, so you were 47 coming in
Yes.
out of the freshman campus? Wow, that's awesome. That's a climb. That's awesome. Who else would do something different?
I would do, like Jessie said, freshman, I was really low, really low actually. So
You don't want to share the number? We
was-
only had 1,200 kids.
No, I want to say it was 36, but I don't really
36.
remember. And then I started getting all A's that year. I don't know how I did it, but I did. And then I wanted to do that. I got kind of really competitive, so I started just doing more and more and more. And so I just wish I'd done that earlier. So.
Yeah.
Erica, would you do something different? Think about it. Let's go.
I think I would have hit it from my freshman year because that was the easiest year, and then I had to work a little bit harder my sophomore and junior year to get up there. I was 31 coming in to Harlingen South, but it took a lot to get up there. It was hard, but I think it's worth it.
So when he says staying up late and studying,
It's cramming.
it brings back memories?
Yeah, bad memories.
How many of you really stayed up real late some nights? And
I don't know how I did because nowadays I go to sleep at like 9:30, but junior year I remember staying up till like 2. I don't know how.
and your parents would come in and say, go to sleep,
Yeah.
right? Go to sleep. Here's your next question. If you were asked 2 or 3 years from now to name a teacher that inspired you, that helped you turn a corner, or to name a teacher who you will remember that truly made a difference in your life, who would that be? Teacher or adult?
Probably
Whoever.
Mr. Everett, who's my senior English teacher now. He's always pushing us to study and pushing us to try to get a 3 or better on the AP test.
Okay.
I think for me it would be Mr. Voss. He was my English teacher sophomore year, and he kind of had this way of making you feel like even if you were like a bottom of the barrel student, that you could accomplish everything that you wanted to just by like encouraging you and telling you that you can do it.
And he was your English teacher?
Yes.
Super.
I had this one teacher my sophomore year, and then I ended up getting her again my junior year for English. Her name is Miss Rodriguez.
Mhm.
She if it was a Monday, if it was the middle of the year, the end of the year, she came with the same drive and like the same enthusiasm, and I don't understand how she did it, but like it was every single day she had like this like excitement to the way she was teaching, and I can't understand for years and years and years she hasn't changed, and to still have that passion for teaching kids and for making them more excited, she was a real big inspiration.
And we say that that's somebody that found their purpose in life, their why, and they're really into it, and so that's good to know. And it's Rodriguez, you said?
Yes.
Rodriguez. Okay.
I think I would say Mr. Rada because he's tough, but I learned a lot from him, and I
He's
tried
gonna
my
watch
best.
this.
Oh.
You have him right now. And you may wait until after high school.
I just really wanted to impress him. I never did. Or I don't think I did. So
I'm sure you did. Huh? So Mr. Rada, doesn't he do teach calculus? No.
Yeah.
he does
Yeah,
pre-cal
pre-cal.
and calculus.
And the calculus. Okay.
I would agree with him. Mr. Rado was my inspiration as a teacher. He always challenged me. Like, he was the first teacher who, like, really challenged me. But his class, that was probably one of my hardest classes, especially because it's math. And every time I see him now, I say hey, and he says horses.
So it's a one thing. Huh?
Yeah.
For me, it'd be Ms. Fawn. She really encouraged me to start entering essay competitions, and she's really helped me grow as a writer. And she actually helped me a lot with my college applications as well. So
We
I'm
missed
really
her,
grateful.
right?
Yes, I wish she was my English
She was
teacher.
junior English teacher, right? Junior?
Yeah, she was
junior year. How about you, Mr. Moore? Do you have anybody that you're going to remember 2 or 3 years from now and say made a difference?
Probably Miss Geis, the orchestra director. I
Mhm.
mean, I'm majoring in music, so he kind of gets a lot of credit for
Yeah.
like teaching me almost everything I know about my instrument and just music in general. And Mr. Tharp as well. He was the music theory teacher. They kind of go hand in hand with what they taught me, and it really pushed me into what I wanted to study and helped me realize I wanted to do that. So
That's
get a lot of
awesome.
credit.
That's awesome. Good for you. Anyone else?
I think mine would be Mr. Liao. He's an art teacher there at South. He kind of just made you feel welcome. I had him since my sophomore year,
Yeah.
and every year till now. It's a different setting, so it kind of gets that like academic environment away. He kind of just let it all out, you know.
And what class are you taking with him? Art 2?
I'm in art 2, and then I have studio art as well.
Good
And
for you.
I'm-
Good for you. All right.
Well,
Yes.
actually, I agree with her. My favorite teacher is Mr. Liao. I was actually her classmate sophomore year, and that's.
And you're gonna compete with her? Well, you know everybody.
But I've had him since my sophomore year, and like every day he just let me use his office for any work I had, or let me use the printer, and I printed like hundreds of copies of things, and he's never once complained. I'm able to feel comfortable talking with him, and I know he's like a caring person, and he has like a lot of students that come into his room and they're loud too, but he puts up with them because that's the type of person he is, that a person who cares about others.
He's an incredible man. He's been there many years, so that's awesome. So I know you have a lot of memories of your high school years, but what is one memorable experience you're gonna take with you from high school? What's one thing you're gonna look back and say, I remember when?
So before my one of my auditions at state for music, I played a solo, and we were going through Pflugerville High School, and I didn't realize that it was a minute before my audition time. And so me and my director, Mr. Lando, I play an instrument called the marimba. It's a really large instrument, and so we had to transport that across the school, and we were literally cutting corners throughout the entire school. But that was the year I got my outstanding soloist achievement, which was kind of crazy because I came in late, and I don't think they were too happy about
with
that.
you.
But
So you ran across Pflugerville High School, so they're gonna remember you there. So, but you made it.
Yes.
That's what's important. Super. Memorable experience.
Our FBLA trip, Jacob was one of my teammates. We actually made our script the night before,
Yeah.
procrastination, but we ended up winning, and being on that stage, like Jacob was like excited. We were all excited, but when we were obviously the last ones called because we got first, we couldn't believe it.
Were you all nervous after they kept calling and you're like, we're gonna stand up here and
We're just hoping for the top
Well,
3.
top 3?
Yeah, because they called top 5, so they go in 4, like 5, 4, 3, 2. So obviously, we had won, and it was a great experience.
That's a memorable experience. Who else?
Probably just the tennis trips. Those were always fun, hanging with friends and competing with the higher tennis schools and being with Coach Stillman.
You want to talk about Coach Stillman? No,
He's a great
No.
coach.
Oh, he's a great coach.
Great coach.
That's why you're going to A&M. You're a smart young man. So, and you did very well in competition in tennis as well, right?
Yes,
you
sir.
and who was your?
Me and Victor Mianu
Yeah.
got 4th at regionals this year.
Congratulations.
Thank
Super
you.
nice. Anyone else? Memorable experience?
I think for me was being here at the MACA recording the football games. So me and just groups of like 3 people for each camera, and we would just talk and watch the football game and film it.
And you all did a great job. You know that was a new scoreboard and everything, right?
Mhm.
You paid a lot of money, and they said the kids will take that would be you. So that's awesome. You all took care of it.
Oh, one experience I probably will never forget is going with the STEM club to Big Bend National Park my junior year. It was my first time outdoors and like hiking, and pretty much any time outdoors. And it was like
Did you
5-day
take a
trip.
tent?
Yes.
Wow.
It was like a group thing. It was me and a couple other students and Mr. Donnelly. And we went hiking for those 5 days. And in those 5 days, I fell in love with the outdoors. And ever since I left, I still think about it. And that's something I want to do in college. And I'm pretty sure I told like Mia and Erica about so many times about me wanting to go outdoors. And yeah, I just hope they continue the STEM club for years to come, so those students can have the same experience as well.
And he loves the hiking pants.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I have hiking pants.
So you even dressed up for the occasion. So you didn't go, oh, that's why he wants to go. I'll tell you something, that when you go out to college, don't forget to have a balance in life too. You know, the academics, and also do things that you enjoy, like hiking and camping. Take a tent, don't forget. So some of you have mentioned it a couple of times during your answers, but this is your chance to kind of give back. What advice would you give to incoming freshmen? Now looking back, what would you tell them? Don't forget to do this, or remember the importance of that.
Honestly, freshman year I would think is one of the most important years because it's your foundation for your high school GPA. So if you have a goal of being on that billboard, I think freshman year is really important.
Great advice.
I think that you should never really count yourself out, because I know for a lot of the time I never really thought I could make it into the top 10, but as long as you work as hard as you can, then even if you don't make it, you'll know that you did everything that you could have to make it.
Great point, Jessie. Now in 11th grade, were you already top 10, or it was senior year that you?
Yes, it's after the second semester of senior year is when I first made it.
Wow, that's
Wow.
awesome. That's awesome. What other advice for incoming freshmen?
I would say take it all in, because what happens is that there's so many school days in the year, and because there's so many, you get into like this groove of you go to school, go home, homework, sleep, go to school, go home, homework, sleep, and it just becomes like a day in, day out every single day. I think if you really want that high school experience, try to make it as memorable as possible. Try to put in days where you don't do the same norm, and it'll make it a little bit more memorable. Because what happens is you do the same things over and over again, and you forget because they were the same things.
And time flies,
And
Yeah.
time
right?
flies.
I mean,
Yeah.
can you believe you're a senior and
No.
what is it, 20-something days for commencement? It's
Yeah.
incredible. It's May 1st tomorrow, I think. So who else wants to give some advice to incoming freshmen? Not say, well, you all figure it out. We had to figure it would be nice.
I would say, like, don't let it consume you. Like, work as hard as you can your first 2 years. Well, all the years. But if you get those first 2 years out of the way, it'll be like a habit. You won't have to try so hard the next years and struggle. It'll be something that comes easy to you. And also find like a club, orchestra, band, whatever it is that helps you get through the day, because it's easier when you have something.
So start strong,
Yeah.
stay focused, but get involved.
Yeah.
So that's great advice. Anyone else? For freshmen. Erica, you're the valedictorian. This is your chance. Give them your secrets.
I guess maybe start a planner so you like know how to manage your time.
Do you have a planner now?
Yes, I do.
How many of you have planners?
I don't know.
How many of you just remember everything in your? You better figure it out. No, don't do that in college. It's going to come at you pretty fast. Name one thing you learned in high school that's going to make you a stronger college student. What's one thing you've learned along the way that you say, I'm glad I experienced it because it's going to make me stronger? I think your planner is something that's going to make you stronger, right? So,
I
what
think
else?
that, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Probably FFA, hard work. I used to show steers and goats. Used to raise them, and it just teaches you hard work and responsibility.
So that you're going to take that with you. Stay focused.
Yes, sir.
Good.
I think that's something important that I learned was from Mr. Everett. He kind of showed us how to think for ourselves instead of following the textbook or following something that someone else told us. And so a lot of the work we do in his class is, okay, here's something, analyze it, tell me what you think. And he always tells us, like, whatever you come up with is never the wrong answer. You can have your own take as long as you can explain why.
Independent thinking and critical thinking is critical. What else?
Something I learned was that you can't always be perfect. Mr. Conway, he's my biology teacher this year. He always sees that I stress about everything, and he always tries to teach me, like, it's okay, like, you have to learn from your mistakes. So I think that when you go to college, you can't always have, like, the best grades, but you have to accept it and just learn from them.
It's so hard, right, Mia? Not to be perfect or not to be always have it under control. My son was in the top 10, and he went to college, and I think his first test that he got back, he was like, that's horrible. And so I said, well, what was the grade? No, I don't even want to tell you. And so you're going to experience it. It's going to be tough, but you're going to be just fine. You persevere and keep just focused and hang on to those important habits that you learned in high school. What else? Yes, Jessie.
I think that something really important that I learned is that nothing really comes easy without hard work. Like my freshman and sophomore year, well, mainly my freshman year, I kind of expected to get the kind of grades that I was getting in middle school without working as hard, but then I realized that as I get older, it's just going to get harder. So the things that you want, they're not going to come without dedication and wanting it bad enough.
And hard work.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, nothing that's good is going to come easy, so that's important. Anyone else?
I think for me, I've become a much stronger writer, and I know I'm going to have to write a lot in college, so thanks to teachers like Mr. Seth and Mr. Everett, I know how to write a lot better now, I guess. Writing skills are critical. How many of you love to write? How many of you love to read? Everybody should raise their hand. How many of you love math?
I like math.
Oh, I was a math teacher, so that's good. But you have to like to read too. Okay, so here's something I know you're going to say, I can't think that far ahead, but look, you're a senior, and you were an elementary student not too long ago, and now you're a senior. So here's your next question. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? So think about it. How old are you, Erica?
I'm 17.
17. So when you're 27, where do you think you're going to be and where do you see yourself?
I hope to have graduated medical school, and I'm not sure yet what I want to pursue in the medical field, but maybe psychiatry or maybe become a physician.
That's 10 years from now. You'll get it. You'll be fine, Erica. How about you?
Well, I'm interested in biomedical engineering, so I guess in 10 years, I would want to go to graduate school, and after that, find a career in the medical field where I can be able to impact people's lives through engineering and through the creation of different devices and prosthetics.
Wow, that's incredible.
In 10 years, I hope to have my engineering degree in computer science, but in the same path during college, I hope to continue flying because I want to eventually be able to get my commercial pilot's license. So in 10 years, I hope to be flying for a commercial airline.
Do you do that now? Are you taking aviation? Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome.
In 10 years, I should just be graduating from dental school, and I'll be starting my career in orthodontics, and then excited for that.
Notice you didn't say anything else. That's all I'm going to say. Matthew.
I'm not sure whether or not I'm gonna be teaching or be in graduate school for a master's. I mean, if I'm going for a master's, hopefully I'll have some years of teaching under my belt.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully I'll be pursuing higher and higher education and maybe being able to teach at a collegiate level because that's the dream.
That's the dream. That's right. So is that your ultimate goal? Is to get to collegiate level?
If I can get there.
That's awesome. Hey, set the marker out there. It can happen.
10 years. I haven't completely decided. I do want to go the pre-med path. I do want to help people. I know that for sure. So hopefully in 10 years I'll have graduated and find something that makes me feel like whole.
That you find your purpose.
Yeah.
Super.
In 10 years, I hope to find myself with a bachelor in computer engineering, and I would move to a bigger city. I'm not sure if it would be in Texas or not, but I would just look around. I might also design things on the side because I like to design stuff too.
So do you have an idea of what kind of city you want to live?
I'm not sure.
But maybe outside of Texas.
Yeah.
I think that in 10 years, I should have just completed my orthodontic certification as well.
Y'all can open your practice together?
Hopefully have an Aggie ring. And
You want to say that again so everybody can see you? I know that that's important to you, Hunter.
and have a career in banking.
Super.
In 10 years, I'm not sure if I want to just have my bachelor's and be teaching, or if I want to go for my doctorate as well, and again, be teaching at the collegiate level like Matt.
Uh-oh. You're going to be competing
We're two
for the
different
same...
fields, though, so.
Oh, okay, okay. So nobody said, hopefully married or not, yes or not.
Career first.
That's right, career first. So we're down to the last question, and before I give you the last question, we're going to take it in order. I want to tell you that I'm super proud of you. I've followed you throughout your years. You all are very well accomplished. You all have done some incredible things, and I have no doubt in my mind that you're going to continue to do incredible things. Stay focused, stay resolved, always make the right choices, and protect your name. Because your name's going to define you before you even get to the place you want to be. And so protecting your name is doing the right thing all the time. And so sometimes, you get tugged in one way or the other, but at the end of the day, you want to make certain that you can sleep well at night because you make the right choices. And so this has been a journey, and so you're getting to a chapter in your life, but you're going to start a new one, and that's what's exciting. And I can see it in most of you, you're fearless. I mean, you're like, I'm ready to get to the next level and so forth. And so I congratulate you for that. And so we have to remember that when we get to parts of our journey, that there are people that have supported us along the way, right? And there's people that continue to champion our work, and they fight the crusades with us, and they make certain that you wake up in the morning, because you stay up all night, and so you wake up in the morning and then you go to class and so forth. So this question is really your personal message to that person who, or people that you want to thank. So here's what the question is. I'm going to give each of you an opportunity to give a shout out and thank someone or some folks for their contribution to your success. And of course, success is measured based on how you see it, right? And so we're going to start here with our valedictorian. I think you're going to be looking at one of those cameras and then go ahead and do your shout out.
I'd like to thank my mom and my dad and also my grandparents in Japan, as well as my little sister, and for all their support throughout my high school career.
I personally can't attribute my success to like one person. I feel like it's been a support team of many people. I would like to say thank you to South teachers, faculty, and staff for being my support system throughout my academic journey. I'd like to thank the HCISD administration too for encouraging me to succeed and attain success. But most importantly, I'd like to thank my parents and my brother for being the role models in my life, and especially my brother for setting a goal for me to follow and go in his footsteps. And the only thing I can do is just make him proud, and I feel that I'm one step further into doing that.
Good for you.
I want to give a special thanks to the teachers that have put up with me for the past 4 years. I also want to thank and give a big thanks to my parents for always being there to support me, my dad for staying up with me late nights to tutor me in math, and I also want to give a special thanks to the senior pastor at my church, Richard Williams. He's been a big mentor to me and has inspired me to want to become what I want to become. So I just want to thank those special people in my lives who have always been my support.
I would like to give special thanks to my parents. I couldn't have done this without them, from the late nights to my mom telling me to go to bed. They've always told me that I could do anything I put my mind to, so I'm really proud that I got to make them proud.
I would want to thank, my parents, obviously, for pushing me to do everything that I need to do, even if it became irritable at some points and I didn't want to hear it. But I'd also want to thank all my music teachers that I've had in the past, because they're responsible for what I'm doing now, and my English teachers as well for helping me improve my writing, because that's something that I'm super proud of as well.
Good for you.
First of all, I'd like to thank my mom, my family. I have 2 great sisters. They kind of set a path for me to go to, follow in. As for South, it's the teachers, my coaches, friends, and all my teammates.
I'd like to thank my entire family. All of their combined wisdom have really helped me, and they really pushed me to follow my dreams. So
I think it would definitely have to be my parents, because even when I didn't really think that I could make it into the top 10, when I didn't believe in myself, they believed in me enough for the both of us.
I want to give thanks to my parents, of course, and all my tennis coaches on the years for always pushing me.
I'd like to thank my parents and my sisters for always being there for me when I needed help the most, as well as my great teachers and friends who have guided me along the way. But most importantly, I'd like to thank our Lord and Savior God for always being there to guide my path and make sure that my way was lit.
I want to thank all of you for doing amazing things. Continue to forge on. Keep your Harlingen High School South family in mind. Make them all proud. Keep your family in mind and make them proud. And I have no doubt that you're going to do some incredible things. You will solve some problems in this world that this generation has not been able to solve. So go forth and conquer. Congratulations to all of you.